Hello, everybody. I am performer A.
I am performer B, and I am deeply biased.
This wall here separates the A and B sides.
These subconscious biases are systematic errors of our minds that distort the way we see and understand the world and each other.
The performance tonight has two parts. In the first part, we will tackle some of these biases written on the wall. I'm very curious to know how many of you made a conscious choice back there when you had to choose between A and B.
Raise the green if you did think about it consciously, and raise the blue if you didn't. Okay, quite even, but a really small majority of you thought about the decision consciously. There's something called familiarity bias, tuttuusvinouma, that can make us prefer people who have similar physical attributes as ourselves. So, for example, age, skin color, assumed gender, or even height.
Or perhaps even a bias called the name-letter effect, nimikirjain-effekti, had a little impact on somebody. It is said that people tend to prefer letters which they have in their own name.
Or it is possible that some of you just really liked my appearance and then thought that that also makes me a great actor. And this is something called the halo effect. Did any of you happen to notice the t-shirts our interns were wearing in the beginning of this show?
Thomas Kilowich asked his students to identify the most embarrassing t-shirt. It was the year 2000, and Vanilla Ice t-shirt was the clear winner. Two students were then selected to wear the Vanilla Ice t-shirt during a lecture. Audience A, I would like to ask some of you in your own few words to describe what you just saw there.
I saw a gender violence scene where the bigger stuff was a man, the round one was a woman, and the little one was a kid.
Well, I saw that the big shape was owning the house and the two of them were trying to get in and it was trying to push them away. And
so this film we just watched was made by two psychologists, Fritz Heider and Marianne Simmel, in 1944. They showed the film to 114 test subjects and asked them what happened in the film. Only one person out of those 114 described the film as moving geometrical forms. Everyone else had projected emotions and intentions to the triangles and the circle.
This experiment that we are about to do is an adaptation of really famous drinking tests. The test subjects were given a liquid that was either juice or really bad tasting vinegar mixture. And they had to drink this drink and not reveal through facial expression if they were drinking the juice or the vinegar mixture. And the idea of this test was to measure if the test subjects thought that they were more easy to read than what they actually were. Number one, you can drink now. Okay. So now we have one more bias that we would like to introduce to you.
Yes, we asked psychologist and scientist Tapani Riekki, who has studied cognitive bias, to explain the framing effect to us.
So framing effect means that how the information is presented has an effect on what you think about it and how you make decisions. So if I would frame cognitive biases from the negative point of view, I could start with, for example, that they cause racism in society. They make us a bit stupid. They may make us less rational, for example, regarding decision making, and they prevent us from changing opinion when it actually would be useful to change the opinion.
We have now entered the second part of the performance. So we want to welcome you to the experimental Ruin Cafe, where you can try and test and discuss some of these biases with a few other audience members. So in each table there is a deck of cards where you will have very clear instructions to follow.
First, as I promised, you will get to try this famous drinking experiment. So you can each take turns drinking from the glasses, and you will either have juice or vinegar. And after that, we have prepared a really easy card game for you, where you can share your experiences of biases in daily life.
Things aren't always what they seem.
I am Invisible Gorilla. And actually, I'm not alone. We are everywhere. In the streets, in your office, in your home, in your minds.
Baisse un peu la lumière, je vais